Hello and welcome to Flash Game Follies, something I really haven't done in, God, it feels like forever. But I'm here now talking about, well, as you can see, Ovum Defenders, Tower Defense. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the hell? Well, obviously, it's a tower defense game, and if you know anything about anatomy, your whole goal is, well, ovums, man. And that's basically all you need to know. There's four. Thing is, yes, no, I've not beaten, but we will get into me talking about why I'm playing this. Okay? To start off, what is it? It's exactly what it says on the tin. It's you are defending Novum from, well, sperm. You do not want your woman, your person to get pregnant. Clearly, we're some IUDs. Sorry on that one. I am working off of God knows how long not sleeping. Anyways, so I'm playing this on Game Jolt, as is, and it's by the developer I don't even know at the moment, but there's many different places to play it and everything like that. And the reason I'm doing it on this is there are other Ovum Defense games, or Defender games, and I will cover them because they at least were really interesting. As you can see on screen right now, it is so slow. And that's why I want to talk about this, because I really dislike this game as a tower defense game. Now, concept, let's talk about the good first. I really, graphically, it doesn't look bad. It looks fun. It is a great, neat concept. And like I said, it is handled very well in the other Ovum Defender games, where you play an IUD and has super epic awesomeness attached to it. Now, that being said, one big thing is once you click on a stupid ship, you can't actually do anything except for maybe I'm not. What you hit right here is your score. Right here's your money, and that's your health bar. You know, make sure the zygote doesn't become a fetus or something like that. I'm not a doctor, damn it. But as like I was saying, like it really is a neat concept, and it graphically it doesn't look bad. Yeah, it looks a bit dated, but you know what can you do there? I mean, even the first couple Bloons games, my favorite tower defense games of all time, are really show age after a while. And had this become Ovum Defender XD, 4 later on down the road, I think they would have really been able to refine and encapsulate it. But that being said, let's talk about the bad. Okay? The biggest, what you will obviously see, and you can even see the fact that I really haven't touched the mouse in a little bit, is the pacing. This game has such a slow pace to it, especially when it comes to the starting bit, where you are not doing anything. The currency is low. Like, it is 1-1 for just your regular sperm here. Don't worry, there is a little variation on what type of sperm will come through. You got some speedy ones, and then you got pretty much you got these two separate armors and one that flies through the level. And by flies through, I mean goes through really, really quickly. And that isn't to say that it's a bad thing. Each one has a different setup to it. But at the same time, a 1-1 scale, when you have, for these you get 5, 25, 30, 35, meaning you're going to have to take out so many to actually, get anything good. Yes, upgrading. I do think that they really wanted to push upgrading, but even upgraded, here, let me Let's wait until one of them are dead, and I'll show you what one of the upgraded ones does. One of the upgraded standard basics, okay? As you can see, there's a small shift in what they look like. A very small shift, but I don't know how long, how many what it looks like maxed out or anything like that. And then here's the armored things I was talking about. But you don't, when you upgrade, you don't get enough bang for your buck, as it were. I know, it is, I will admit that I am picking on a relatively dated game, but it's one of those things that really nitpicks at me. It's like I started playing Young Justice Legacy for the 3DS, and my God, was it bad! It like fully misses the point of the given genre. For a tower defense game, you really want to turn around and keep the pace up. You really want there to be more variety. 15 waves just in this map alone. And we are already 6 minutes into this. And I've got 9 more waves to go through. I mean, like I said, it looks great, and if the pace and the currency and the in-universe or in-game currency was more balanced, like maybe you'd get 2 per every regular sperm, and everything like that, so you could add to it. And when the waves come, because trust me, they do stack relatively fast later on, you'll be able to feel like you're actually accomplishing something. Yes, I understand, being towers in a vagina really, truly can be will be a hard job, especially if we're in a woman who keeps getting it like this. I'm sorry for those of you with small children at home, but it just really, the pacing is so slow that, and it's not even that you can click away, because it has the built-in, you click away, it auto pauses. That's what I'm thinking of. And that's not, I know that is a really big nitpick, because it's like, but I mean, with how I'm not even touching it right now. Okay, my mouse cursor is even off screen where you guys can see it. And, I'm not worried because there's no urgency to it. It's a slow pylon, and it's not the good kind of slow pylon. It's not like, you start off being able to do anything. Now, that's not, like I said, that's not saying that this is a wholeheartedly bad game. And the other two, which aren't tower defense, in this sense, they're tower defenses in you're a single set thing, and then you have to build up around it and everything like that. It's the other kind of tower defense game where you're a tower defending. But, so, why am I talking about this? And I realize, I could have just let this one slide, because honestly, it's a game no one's ever probably heard of. Not a lot of people care. There's 2 better ones out there. But it's something I noticed while looking through indie games and on Congregate and all these other things, looking at tower defense and games to play. It's a lot of developers get, something right. A lot of them actually seem like they go, oh man, we just need a quick game, and they make a 5-minute tower defense game without really any thought into it. Except maybe, oh hey, I really like the idea of having a franchise style world, so let's go with this, or, hey, let's at least make it look decent. And that's the problem with this. It actually looks really fun, I showed a screen cap to Criff the other day, or I showed Criff, or rather I was talking to Criff about it. I was showing Jello earlier, but I was talking to Criff about it, and, he was actually kind of interested, because it's the same reason, it's the same reason that I clicked on it. was because it's Ovum Defender. Wait, what? You know, and with that kind of grab, you thought they would, because honestly, outside of, your generic, hey, let's see a vagina game that Newground used to be and probably still is. I know I'll get to Newground, especially with Flash Game Follies later, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, and but Criff was actually kind of really interested. But then I brought up the fact that it is so slow. Really? Eh, okay. But it is so slow that there's just not a lot of bang for your buck. Like, that entire time, I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was looking up, trying to think about what to say, and all of a sudden I got 40 some odd things. It's not a hard game if you do tower defense games, but it's not a fun, easy one either. It's not like Bloons where, on easy or normal, you can just breeze through and have a lot of fun doing it, with hard making you go, oh, sweet Jesus, later on. It is one of those you want to be able to turn around and go onto your Facebook and be all, lols, I'm defending an ovum, or anything like that. I know I've spent. Yes, I knew this episode was really going to be a lot more about me. Well, I don't really want to say bad mouthing because I'm not trying to just say this game is bad. It's disappointing, for sure. But it's not wholeheartedly bad. It is it's a chop job. They did have a great concept, but with how it worked out, they really probably didn't develop the idea as much as they could have or should have. Because with something like were it just that little extra step better, where it dealt with pacing and variety, it could have been a contender, okay? It could have actually been one of those games that, people are just going, haha, let's play this, and actually be enthralled with it and play it. Plus, I've always hated the just stocky, oh, here's a couple of these levels, bam, we're done. And even then, maybe I need to beat this first level. Maybe that's the big thing, because like I said, I really haven't played a lot of this because there are better tower defense games, and were I not ranting in your guys' ear right now, I wouldn't have actually given a hoot, about if I weren't talking to you guys right now while I'm recording this, not right now as in not a live stream. I know. I needed to really clarify that. This I wouldn't have gotten to wave 10. And we are already 13 minutes into this on wave 10. Okay? Think of it like a tower defense game should really be something, instead of 15 waves for a level 1, split it up into sections, defend the top half of the ovum, charge the labia, the final last stand of the cervix, or something like that, and ultimately, that's what the game loses. It loses a big focus on the fact that it could have reveled in what it was instead of, just being. Like I said, I understand that, just like my videos, no one really no one's looking at this and going, dude, you know, your insights are so deep. Look at a I'll never look at one of these games again the same. Because I do understand that, you know, it's a tower defense game. It's supposed to be a quick, casual game that you can walk away from, or that you can, and that's what this, and if you can't tell, that's what this game is kind of really missing. So, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do a verdict on this, because like I said, it really, it does have some big bad to it. You know, pacing and everything like that. It does have some negatives. But it showcases what a tower defense game should have. Like playing it, you'll actually grow more fond of the ones you have played. You know, or even the next step in this Sanctum Orcs Must Die era of, 3D interactive third person tower defense games where you can, you are also assisting in fighting back the orcs or whatever the hell they are in Sanctum. Okay? So, my final thoughts on this, as the entire thing has been, is there are right ways and wrong ways to do tower defense games. This, while not like a horribly wrong way, as maybe later on I will showcase truly horrible tower defense games, which is actually a challenge because you can get them bland like this, but there are far worse. So I don't want anyone thinking that I'm actually trying to say this game is sucks. It is an okay game. If you would like to see, maybe I did miss something. Maybe the game really opens up in level 2. Then, by all means, follow the link in the description, play it a little bit, you know, leave a comment, let me know. Maybe I prove me wrong. I like being proven wrong. It gives me a sense that I do have something more to aspire to, besides being at least mediocrely entertaining on these things. And next video, I might even put it up the same time as this, or at least the day after, just so that I can turn around and, give these developers a heads up and a positive boost, because from the second or so from the minute or so I played of Ovum Defender 2, I was actually really kind of enjoying it. I was kind of really getting into it. So with that said, like I was just saying, my final verdict is go out. If you think that maybe, I could be really wrong on this, follow the link in the description below and play it. Agree with me, disagree, let me know in the comments below. And like always, if you have a suggested game you want me to play, long as it's a Flash game, even if it's Facebook game, and it can still be developed on the Unity engine, as long as it's a browser-based game. Yeah, I know. Flash Game Follies is really a weird title when you account for mostly it's just browser-based. Okay? But leave it in the comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Hopefully, I mean really, really hopefully, I can continue doing these on a semi-regular basis. I know it's been forever since I did a Flash Game Follies, and I've been trying to... But enough about me. I will see you guys on the next... I'll catch you on the flip side.